What's going on, everyone? Juice Bags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. Oh, the holiday season is still a good clip away, but we are close enough where I kind of want to get myself a snowstorm pet set up, which of course is going to be, has the potential to be the highest hero damage burst DPS pet in the game. Now, you never hear anyone talk about this. It's because Snowstorm does come with some penalties. It's got a shorter uptime. It's got a longer cooldown, and additionally, it is associated with a movement speed penalty. You combine all these things together, and that is why you don't see a ton of people using them. However, it is 100% the highest damaging pet for burst damage that you can give to any of your hero damage heroes. So let's go ahead and check it out and hatch an egg. Now, you've got choices on this one, but it only rolls from the winter realm egg. Now, one of the things with these winter pets, the Nutcracker, the Penguin Commander, and the Snow Mage, is their element is locked. The Nutcracker is going to be fire damage. The Penguin Commander and the Snow Mage are going to be water, and you cannot reroll those elements. Now, with that in mind, thematically, I want the Nutcracker, but I don't want a fire damage pet. So, although, there's just no better name for a burst damage pet than the Nutcracker, you know what I'm saying? But I don't need the fire damage in my build. So, with that in mind, we are going to go for either a Penguin Commander or a Snow Mage. I've got a few eggs here to crack open, and let's see what we get. All right, we got a Snow Mage right out of the gates. So let's go ahead and crack a couple more of these. There's another Snow Mage. There's a Penguin Commander. I think, let's just go ahead and open one more. And another Snow Mage. Seems like the Snow Mages are very abundant for me today. So we got, we got 3 Snow Mages and a Penguin Commander. As you see, these are all water damage. Mixed emotions on this one, but I think I'm going to go with a Penguin Commander. It's actually already got the stats on it I want. Or do we go with a Snow Mage? Let's just go ahead and go with a Penguin Commander. First thing we need to do is get this guy leveled up. So we're going to start things off with some pet boosters. So let's see what we got here. Sure, I have got some pet boosters to use. Yep, let's grab some of those. And let's get this pet leveled up. For the first evolution, we can just use a small booster and one of the 250 Defender Metal boosters, and that will get us up to level 10. And then we want to use our food to get it evolved. Let's go ahead and continue to level this guy all the way up. Let's go ahead and get him to 25. For 25, we'll go ahead and pop one of the large pet boosters, and just one of those will get us to level 25. Another quick evolve. Another round of power-ups. Now, to get to 45, we're going to need to use one small and one large booster. So if we use the large pet affection booster, we see that's going to leave us 3 levels short. So rather than grind it out, I'm just going to use the boost and get it up there for another evolve. And then now, of course, we can take it all the way up to level 60. So let's get that bad boy jacked up. We're in great shape. We'll pop another large. We're now 60 of 60. And the first thing we need to do is start re-rolling. Now, we're going to start off with the pet ability, since that is what we're specifically looking for. And we're looking for Snowstorm. So remember, we're going to have all of the water stuff in the pool here. Plus, we'll have all of the... There's a Snowstorm right there. Second roll, not too bad. And here you see, decreases speed by 25%. And attacks deal 65% bonus frost hero damage. Now, when we look at that and we compare it to, say, the Cyclone, which I am normally using now anyway. Where are you at there, little kitty cat? The Cyclone is going to give me a speed boost, and it's only 155% bonus Earth hero damage. Lasts for 6 seconds, so it's 1 second longer, and has the same cooldown at 45 seconds. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, as far as sustained damage over a larger period of time, if we look at Snowstorm here, it's going to have 4 activations every 3 minutes for 5 seconds each. So you get 20 seconds of uptime every 3 minutes, dealing 165% bonus frost damage. Now, with Sandstorm, you see it's got a 30-second cooldown. So over the course of 3 minutes, you're going to get 6 activations. 6 activations for 7 seconds each, which means 42 seconds of uptime every 3 minutes at 115% bonus Earth hero damage. So when you look at sustained damage over a period of time, Sandstorm is going to win on this one with the increased uptime and the increased duration, even though you've got the much lower damage value. Now, we're not focused on sustained DPS here. We are looking specifically at burst damage, and just for a little peek at what the speed decrease looks like, that's it. It's not considerable. So it is a speed decrease. It's not a movement speed increase, but it's also really not that bad. Now, of course, you're not getting that super zoomer mode that you would get with, say, Cyclone or Earthstorm, where if you pop Cyclone, of course, you are just blasting through the map, and that is what you're giving up. So you give up that movement speed during the uptime for a raw damage increase. To be honest with you, in most situations, I will probably still use Automeow, just for that speed increase in case I ever need it. But it is 10% additional damage to go with Snowstorm. Now let's go ahead and get this pet fine-tuned the rest of the way. What do we want to reroll next? Well, we've got hero damage and defense power. This is a hero damage character that is also a builder. So I want hero damage and defense power as my stats. You see that defense power roll is super low though, so let's get a better. It's actually almost at the minimum. Wow, that's just terrible. Let's get a better defense power roll on this guy and see how bad this is going to try to score here. You know, sometimes you get it in 2 or 3 rolls. Sometimes you just roll for days. 318. Well, I mean, it's better, but it's still awful. We got to get something 345 plus here. There's a 339. That's a big step in the right direction. Let's keep rolling until we get a 345 plus. Of course, the difference is not massive, but there is a difference, right? There's a 346. Of course, I'm going to want to eventually re-roll that a little bit higher. Let's try one more roll. No, we'll stick with the 346 on that one. Just one more. One more after that. All right, looks like we're not going to get it right now. Now, if we look, we're at 346 defense power. That's 17,870, but it shows that we're a little bit light on our hero damage as well. So once again, I'm shooting for 345 plus. We got a 345 on it, but I want to get a little bit more than just that 345. You know, I will eventually just go through the binge reroll and see how long it's going to take us to get there. But even 1 or 2 points up at this point will appease me for now, if I can only get it. All right, well, I guess I should have said 3 to 5 points up. There's our 1 point increase, so we've at least got 346 as both of those rolls. Now, in addition, we want to re-roll the pet attack damage. You see, this one is at 357. This is going to go up to 370. So 370 being the highest, and that is what we are looking for, of course, is something closer to it. So on this note as well, at least with this one, you're not re-rolling for a specific stat or whatever, so your chances of getting it in fewer rolls are going to be a lot better. There's a 365. Let's take a couple more rolls just to see if we can do better. There's a 367. All right, so we've got our damage amount up a little bit. Now we want to look at our attack rate. Attack rate on pet rerolls, of course, is the lower the number, the better, as this is the time in between attacks. 111 is going to be the best possible roll. Let's just see how close we can get to it. We're at 1.2 now, which we can definitely do a little better. There's a 117. We got to do better than that, though. How many rolls is it going to take? Once again, this one you're always going to get. There we go, 1.12. So that's a big upgrade. So now the pet is attacking every 1.12 seconds. This one, as I mentioned, the elements are locked, so you can't actually re-roll the elements on these winter pets. And I think we got a pretty decent base set up now and all good to go. So, definitely not min-maxed, but we now have a pet with 165% burst damage buff. So once again, this is not going to be the highest DPS pet in the game, but it is going to give us a nice little boost of burst damage, but only for 5 seconds. So you combine this together, of course, with a teammate that is a boost monk, with a tree, an obelisk, an empowering aura, a sand trap situationally, and you're going to be able to just crack this thing up to just enormous numbers on any hero damage build, really. You're going to just do absolute beast numbers. So I like the projectile from the penguin. It's kind of got that Gatto fireworks vibe to it. It is also AoE damage, so we see it's hitting, in a small radius, and not the biggest pet ability out there, but also not terrible. So taking a look with boost, actually I don't have swap damage in, but almost 2.5 mil on the crits while we're buffed here. So that is Snowstorm, y'all. And the pet ability that you all should check out that nearly no one uses. So there's a reason no one's using it, because of the penalties associated with it. But if you're looking at just straight raw burst damage on putting out the most damage possible in a very short window, in this case 5 seconds, you just can't go wrong with Snowstorm. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.